Every day, Canada is becoming more and more of a lifeless monstrosity, and if we don't do something soon, we are going to go the way of Syria. Hey, Mark Carney, Liberals, can any of you guys agree as a Canadian on some values that we clearly do not share with the hundreds of thousands of protesters who have been marching down our streets unobstructed with rollouts from the police for the past 2 years? Can we agree that we don't agree with the rule that if a man sleeps with another man, he shall be imprisoned for a minimum of 10 years or killed, which is a law that currently exists in Palestine? Can we agree that a woman does not need written permission to leave her house, as is currently a law in Palestine? Can we agree that you're allowed to criticize anybody, including Allah, and if you do so, you will not be beheaded? Just so we're aware, we're importing to Canada hundreds of thousands of people from countries with value systems that are so different to ours. There's no other way to define them than completely anti-Western civilization. Yet you don't hear anything from the Liberals, who claim to be the humanitarians, the empathetic ones, the ones who want what's best for the downtrodden. You don't hear them make a peep about the fact that we're allowing hundreds of thousands of people in with value systems that they should be the ones that are screaming the loudest about. They're the ones who should be saying, oh, these are disgusting. I never think a man and another man should be killed for sleeping with one another. Yet, crickets. It's because the liberal worldview has so many contradictions and doesn't make any sense. The modern liberal worldview, which is very different than what the liberal worldview was 20 years ago, has so many contradictions that no longer doesn't make any sense, and it's made to divide us. That is the strategy that they are using. They want to turn Canada into Syria with a bunch of warring factions. There's study after study after study that shows that when a society gets too heterogeneous, it just becomes a strongman competition. And your society quickly devolves into nasty street fighting. That's exactly what they're doing intentionally in Canada. Mark Carney and his global elite buddies want to tear us down and rip out all the parts, make a buck off us. Canada is so much more than that. We are read our Charter of Rights and Freedoms, freedom of expression, freedom of religion, freedom to express yourself. These are all values that make Canada beautiful. Hey, Liberals, you claim to stand up for Canadian values. Why don't you get out there every once in a while and talk about them? Because you're currently letting a hell of a lot of people march down our streets screaming into loudspeakers every goddamn day. A lot of stuff that doesn't sound to me as though it's very Canadian. These clowns talking about post-national states. Are you effing kidding me? That's what you say if you are intentionally trying to destroy this beautiful country. No, Canada is not some post-national hellhole that they're trying to turn. It's a beautiful country. Our ancestors did not fight and die in World War I, World War II, just to see what's happening in Canada right now. It's so disgusting to see these elitists like Mark Carney with the dead eyes, no life in them, just here to suck Canada dry. And how many Canadians fall hook, line, and sinker? So I have a challenge for you, Liberals. I have a challenge for you guys. Can you define what exactly are Canadian values? Because I hear nothing. I hear nothing except diversity and multiculturalism. That means jack shit. Those aren't values, you dummy. Use your brain. Diversity, multiculturalism, LGBTQ. That's all they talk about. That's all they talk about. Can you define Canadian values outside of those couple of items? So sick of it. If you're interested in supporting me, hit the link in my bio. I'm going to be setting up rallies with the first couple of weeks of September when Parliament opens back up and finally our goddamn government is back to work. Because clearly making noise on social media is enough. We have to get out in the streets and let our politicians know we've had a goddamn enough of their BS. The Liberals have been tearing this country down. It has gotten so much worse over the past 10 years. It's almost hard to quantify. So hit the link in my bio if you're interested in supporting, and stay tuned for information on rallies upcoming.